is going on, YouTube? Pass the prop back here yet again. We're here MLB slate today. We got. I know it's a tough day for Stu. There's no NBA at all. We got waiting for some playoffs and all that. So it is MLB day across the board. We have a 10-game slate. We got some aces. We got some bums. It's a little bit of everything today. So joined as always by my guy Stu. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Like you said, obviously, a little break from the NBA, which has been going strong these last couple of days, end of season, these weird lineups. Those are always kind of my favorite days. So been a little busy with that. But yeah, we got play-in just around the corner right here. Some of these play-in teams are so unserious, like the Bulls being in the playoffs cracks me up so much. It feels like I don't know. It feels like there's no dimension where that's like a playoff team, but I don't know. Same with Hawks, honestly, as well. But either way, I'll probably have some play-in stuff. I think I'm going to do some breakdowns on my own YouTube channel at some point. So going to try to get those up tomorrow or something like that. But yeah, a lot of good MLB stuff today. A bunch of aces on the mound. We got a good slate to talk about. Excited to be here. Great weekend.
Yeah, no, it was. It definitely was. I got to give my quick shouts to Rory. Yeah, we had to kind of talk that quick. Because I know we're going to obviously get diving in this pretty fast, but I had to give my shouts to Rory, man. With all the live stuff, I wasn't a huge fan of him, when he was talking and all that. And then now I kind of, it started a new leaf for me. I'm starting to, I enjoy, obviously, like listening to him now, and obviously getting a grand slam is obviously pretty incredible. So obviously I got your text saying you were watching in there as well. Anything from you on that before we get it going?
Yeah, no, it was awesome. I mean, it was great to watch. I mean, I feel like if you're a sports fan of any kind, seeing a moment like that where, the guy has like climbed to the top of the mountain before, and this is the last thing to check off. And so many people have doubted him, the choking stuff, the like, oh, it's not going to happen. And then to miss that putt on 18 and to go to the playoff there even more so, like you got to imagine it's just like insane pressure, especially coming from yourself, of knowing how hard it's going to be to get to that moment again. And Rory kind of staying calm, getting the job done and winning it. And then in the celebration, you really saw how much it meant to him. I sent him my chat, but it really felt like a weight was lifted off his shoulders. You could see it instantly. Like it just seemed like the guy was so relieved. And I saw a bunch of tweets saying, I wouldn't be surprised if he wins every other major for the rest of the year. And I agree, because when you take away that mental burden and you're playing carefree, I mean, the guy's already the best in the world. He's been for a while. So it was just awesome to see as a sports fan. I didn't win any money on it, nothing like that. But I just really enjoyed the moment and really enjoyed his reaction and watching the celebration. I think that's very inspiring for anybody out there.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say he's the best. I know I can't put him past Scotty, obviously, right now.
Yes, Scotty's got a while to go, though. I mean, Rory's been in the game for a while. Scotty might be the best right now, but
that's what you just
close.
That's what you just said. You just said he's the best right now, but I'm like, I can't.
It's close.
But I'm just saying what you said. I'm just going off what you said. What you just said, he was the best. So I have to kind of, I'm going to kind of hold back on that. But obviously, Rory won me a lot of money. I didn't bet on him this week until the playoffs started. I bet him. It was like minus 145, and I'm like, bro, are we really going to do this? And I saw Rose put that within like 12. I'm like, fuck. And then obviously, what a shot, man. What a shot. So good for him. Obviously, I'm excited for him. He won me that big contest a couple weeks ago as well. He was in that lineup. So he's been a moneymaker for me these last couple weeks. And, I think it'll be good, and hopefully he continues the success. But yeah, I think it'll be fun now that we kind of have some, a little bit of a person to actually challenge Scotty over these, because we really haven't over the last two years. He's been kind of running away with it, but the injury there and all that. And I'm hoping Scotty's 100%, because you can kind of tell it still wasn't there yet, bro. Like some of those shots that he usually makes were not as clean, crisp, and where they needed to be. So it was exciting, and I was happy to see Rose doing well. Obviously, he was a big guy on the first swing or whatever it is, on the show there for Netflix. So that was fun to watch as well. But let's get into our recap. I believe we have a recap. I have a fucking shitty recap today because Tigers blew me off in the fucking fifth inning, dude. It was I believe they blew it in the fifth with 2 outs. Because what else would happen? yeah, it was not a fun one for me there because they came all the way back. We had an error, give up a run early in the game, and it was just like, are we really going to do this right now, man? Like, it was very annoying to watch that just fucking meltdown.
Yeah, no, I was just box score watching, but I did see the fifth inning kind of fell apart there at the end. But, unfortunate, but it is what it is with these kind of first five bets. Sometimes it can bite you in the butt.
Yeah, no, and then the Twins actually came and beat Mize, and Mize had a couple good starts to start the year, and I saw the Twins take them down yesterday as well in one of those, AL Central type games, 4-1. So Twins kind of showing some teeth after kind of a shitty start to the season. Good matchup today with them having Joe Ryan on the bump. I'm a stan. You guys know I am facing the Mets here at home, so that should be a good one. I might as well get my other one out of the way. Thank God I bet Pavetta straight. I bet Pavetta like 3 different ways in this game. He ended up getting everything done. Oh, shoot. Damn, yeah. See, I'm like allergic to talking about this fucking game because Matt Boyd gives up a fucking 3-run nuke in the 6th, of course. I will be continuing to fade him. The regression didn't come there yet, but I saw that he's got like a 1.8 ERA right now and like a 3.6 expected. So just be ready on the show, guys, to be seeing some more fades of Matthew Boyd. Yamamoto squeaking out of some of those threats as well. And then we saw the Cubs put up a better showing on Glasnow, which I was not expecting last night. For them to actually beat Glasnow and not be able to beat Yamamoto, I was very surprised in that one.
Yeah, that game was annoying, man. I had Cubs first 5 in a parlay, which I believe it pushed. I think it was 1-1.
Yeah, I had a parlay with the Dodgers, I think, plus half a run for just to end a couple parlays too.
But the only winner I don't see this market. I was just scrolling. It was Dodgers first team to score at -130. And I liked that. That felt really good.
Oh, that's a lot. You can get that.
Yeah, I got to start looking into that more often, honestly, because I know it's hit or miss, and it can be a little like high variance and stuff like that. But I don't know, like Glasnow versus anyone. I'm going to take probably the other team to score first, or the Dodgers to score first a good amount of the time. So I don't know. That's an interesting one. I got to dive a little bit more into that market. But that was the only one I snuck out with a win in yesterday.
Yeah, I believe team props or game props is where you'll find those quite often. I actually like betting those when I have an ace on the home team and just hoping they don't give up a run in the first inning pretty much. Because, I mean, you could probably get some of these like high-end aces, like say Framber today, right? He's facing Sonny Gray. That might not be a great example because that's obviously Sonny Gray's been very good, but like Framber pretty good first time through the order, and you get the Astros because they're at home. You get them at probably plus money or like -105 because, obviously the first inning you give up runs quite often. So with all these aces kind of settling in there. But thank you, Stu, for at least keeping us afloat on this one because I think it was a homer in the first inning, right?
I was gonna say, my boy. I mean, he's not known for the power, but hey, in that stadium, anything can happen. Jung-Ho Lee first at bat comes out and hits a bomb, so that was fun. Got the job done easy. I think this was the game that had those rain delays and stuff too, so it was good to not have to worry about any of that and just the homer played. So shout out Jung-Ho Lee, back-to-back cashes for me to start out the year. Big fan of this guy. I see he's got a whole fan army in San Francisco that wear like wigs and stuff in center field. I'm gonna have to join him one day, visit San Francisco, join the club.
Yeah, I heard that's a beautiful park, so definitely a good spot to go to. I have no idea. Did this win? I have no idea.
It did, baby. Okay. It did.
I have no idea.
Keep on adding to that NBA total. Shout out Ryan Dunn. I was actually even kind of wrong. Booker did play in this game.
I was gonna say I saw all the starters outside of KD, right?
But Dunn still got his like 35, 33 heavy minutes with the starters, got the job done. I think took 10 threes or something in this one. So shout out Ryan Dunn. Honestly, the one like positive spot for the Suns team this year, when you look at it in reality, the rookie playing well. So he got the job done. Just another winner before playoffs for NBA right there.
Yeah, no, it was like I said, I didn't even pay attention. All I saw yesterday was, again, I'm telling you right now, it sucks this playoffs now because you guys can't take it as much. But like the Bucks first half over is literally the bet every game. Like, I would love to look at the numbers on it, but I've literally betted the last 6 games and I have not lost on that bet. These fuckers just don't play defense in the first half, and then the second half they play defense and they win. Like, literally, it is wild to me. And dude, Kevin Porter Jr., bro, fuck, what would those numbers look like if he would have played the whole year, man, and actually got minutes? Yeah. Obviously, I really wish Dame was back, but he's making himself some money, man. He's making himself some money. Got the 1-year deal with us, and he's making himself a hell of a contract coming up because that dude is putting on a clinic right now.
Yeah, he's been like the ultimate like 6-man and stuff too. I mean, he's been doing good, and even like kind of surprised Ryan Rollins was starting over him. Like, I don't know how that goes in the playoffs, but yeah, he'll be closing whether he's starting or not, most likely at least. So he's gonna have to step up too, because no offense, but without Dave, I mean,
yeah, no, I mean, I ain't going anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, it's not looking.
All I care about is that at least like they beat the Pacers, bro. I'm fucking tired of these fucking bums. Fuck them.
I agree with that as well, because no one wants a Pacers series after that. No offense, but they're not going to play anyone close. Like, I don't know. Like, I just don't want to see more Pacers. Like, I maybe I should. They're young, up-and-coming, like, small market. Maybe I should, but I just can't pretend to care. I just wish Giannis had a different supporting cast. Like, I was hoping, like, the Bucks have just not been that fun to watch, you know. And Dame, we were hoping would spice it up, but obviously not going to make it to playoff Dame. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, that injury is kind of it's a tough one, man. You just have no idea what's going on with it. So, yep, hoping for the best for him. But yeah, we head into this slate, huge slate today, dude. 10-gamer. We got 5:40. We love these. We can actually come at the normal time for the show, guys, which is very nice to be able to actually do our normal time. But Wednesday, Fridays, they like giving me these early ones and making it a little tougher on us. But Sue, your Nationals in play. My Brewers are playing today. Any game you want to talk about specifically before we go into some bets?
I mean, you know the game I'm going to be watching. I'm a freaking Nationals fan. We don't, I mean, Paul Skeens against the Nats. I mean, that's the game. You know what I mean? I don't know what else I'd be tuning into. So, yeah, I'll probably, like you said, the Framber Sonny Gray. I got a little bit I never play this market, guys. Never. I got a little bit. Yeah, I did. And it was -125, and it's now like -150, -160. So even if I lose, I can at least get my imaginary CLV trophy to celebrate. But yeah, that I'll probably tune into that one.
Damn, bro. That's scary, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I saw it. I was like, these numbers are really good for both guys. It's like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. So we'll see if I get burned or not in that stupid ass market. Who knows? But mostly be focused on the Nats tonight. Super pumped for the Skeens, and possibly if Cruz is back in the lineup, the little collegiate, 1 and 2 teammates kind of thing. That should be fun.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you the last no runs first inning I played. I don't know if I can tell you. I've been taking, like, if I'm gonna take one and I like that, I usually just take like the first 3. I take the first 3 under. But god damn, I can't bet these no runs first inning, man. It just scares the shit out of me. Just because in this one, dude, I have Isaac Paredes on my fantasy team. Fuck yeah, dude. That dude has been a fucking beast, dude, lately. And Altuve hasn't done shit, and the Astros still scoring runs. So I obviously am a Sonny Gray fan. Obviously, he's been really good in the NL Central for a very long time. So should be a fun matchup. I like that one. Obviously, I think it is pretty interesting that both of our teams are playing probably the top 2 pitchers in the league, because I got Scooball coming into Milwaukee. I'm really mad I can't make my way down there today because he is the one guy, dude. I mean, he's, in my opinion, the best in baseball. I know Skeens is getting a lot of love, and he should. He's a beast, but holy shit, dude. I love watching this dude pitch. Like, it is art. It is like a legitimate art in as a guy who literally like teaches pitching. Like, this is, you can't really beat it, when you have a guy who's bringing upper 90s, a phenomenal changeup, and then just a hammer. Like you don't see guys who throw the changeup that well anymore, and use it with, being able to use it with upper 90s is kind of unfair, bro, because it's like 10-mile-an-hour drop off. Arm path is so nice. It's just fuck it, dude. You guys already know I'm gonna be fading my crew today, so we'll talk about that in a little bit. But I mean, those are 4 legitimate aces on the slate. We didn't even get to Joe Ryan yet.
I know.
and then you get a game Landon Rupp versus Taiwan Walker and that shit. Like it's just that's what makes these slates kind of nice because you just have it all over the place.
Yeah. No, I agree. And as someone too, that's the thing. Like, I hate to be that guy. And I'm kind of like it in the NBA now too, where I want the grimiest pitchers possible. So like, I like today's slate from a watching perspective, but from like a betting perspective, I feel like it makes my life harder, but just what I'll have to sit back and enjoy. Because like you said, a lot of aces. I saw they opened Joe Ryan's walks at like -130 for under 1.5. I couldn't believe it. I wish I was a little bit quicker on the trigger there because it's like -160, -180 now, but that guy's a beast, man. He's such a beast.
Yeah, he is he does things right, man. I just love it, dude. It's just a guy who doesn't have an overpowering fastball that just overpowers dudes. Like the spin rate on that ball is absurd. And the dude throws it like 65% of the time, I think I saw this year. And it's pretty impressive that he's getting like a 20-something% swing and miss on a four-seam fastball that's mid-nines. Right, when you're used to seeing 100s, and these guys still can't hit it. So impressive showing, and I'm excited to watch them as well. I have Joe Ryan on my fantasy team, so that is someone I'm hoping does well. I also have Landon Rupp. I am not starting him this week because I am not fucking around with the Phillies in Philadelphia. That would be a pass for me. But I also do have another starter that's going on today, and I will kick it off to my bet. And that is, I do have Dustin May as one of my starters. He's actually going to be filling in for Justin Martinez. And I hate that I'm doing it. I just can't stand Torey Lovello being an absolute fucking dumb shit and just switching. You can't just keep switching closers, bro. Like, you're going to just kill these dudes. Like, there's a reason it doesn't work. There's a reason it doesn't work. You got AJ Puck and Justin Martinez splitting time. I'm like, I can't fuck around. I know Justin Martinez is the nastiest dude in baseball, but I'm sitting his ass this week because I got Dustin May at home against the fucking Rockies. So Rockies suck. I feel like there's not much else I could say on that. They have a 30% K rate against righties. Stu, let's just take. We'll have a little fun game here. What do you think so far is the WRC plus for the Colorado Rockies against right-handed pitching?
Oh, it's got to be pathetic. I'll give him the benefit. I'll say like 75. It could be worse though.
It is worse. It is 59 so far. They are a sub 7% walk rate. They have a 30% K rate against righties. And again, it's just like I can't really get over the fact that they have a 327 slug. Like, against a guy like Dustin May, like, who's going to be throwing, upper 90s, heavy sinkers. I just don't trust this team to be able to lift those balls out of the ballpark, right? And that's really what you're going to have to do in Dodger Stadium, right? Like, you're out there in Dodger Stadium, it's going to be I think it's going to be kind of a hot box there for some runs because it should be nice outside. I'm looking at weather. It's LA, 80 degrees. Never rains there, obviously, whatever. But I have a very hard time seeing Sensatella repeat his last performance. He threw extremely well against the Phillies. He was the fade of all fades in that day. And again, he left the game with the lead. Like, he threw his best outing I have seen him throw. And he still didn't get the win because the bullpen is atrocious. It is atrocious. I have no other words for this bullpen other than, like, Sensatella left that game with a 2-0 lead over the fucking Phillies, dude. Like, over the Phillies in Philadelphia, gave you everything he could. Six innings, like 4 Ks, no walks, like, and still didn't get the win, right? I know it's -700, so I don't know why I'm talking on it this much. But you guys know, I tell you guys, I won't bet a -140 ever in baseball. It's very hard for me to do that. And Scooball under 1.5 earned runs on DraftKings is -140. I believe, Stu, you mentioned that MGM has a better price. I have no ability to get MGM, but if you guys do, I believe Stu said it was -130 there. So that is playable as well. But Scooball against my Brewers, I just have a very hard time with the Brewers getting the job done here. Looking at the Brewers on the year, 80 WRC plus against lefties. I know they only have a 23% K rate, but that is going to spike here significantly. And I know me and Stu were kind of talking pre-flop here about, I was at the game where Reagan's just absolutely diced these dudes. That was without Christian Yelich in the lineup, who also strikes out a lot against lefties. They sat him. They had Isaiah Collins playing in the 3-hole. Like, this is not a spot where I want to be rolling against Skubal. I know right now he only has a 23% K rate. Again, I bring up that his first game was against the Dodgers in LA. This number is still on that sample size portion there. I believe he has 8 Ks in his last outing. He looked phenomenal in that one. I'm trying to remember who he played because it was Detroit versus this is going to bother me now because now I got to look it up because I literally was watching the game. It was Skubal and then Flaherty threw the next day against another ace. It was the Yankees. It was the Yankees. Yeah, and he went out there with 6 strikeouts. So again, you look at the teams he's faced. This dude's got the Dodgers in LA, and then he has to face the Yankees, right? And then the one game he faced against a shit team, and that's the Mariners. Well, he got it done. So you got to look obviously at the not just the sample size, but just who he's been playing. And now you get my Brewers. Good luck, man. It's gonna be a tough one. And even in games that quote unquote he hasn't thrown that well, right? The Dodgers and the Mariners actually hit a homer off him. And that was the game I had his walks. He gave up 3 walks there, and that obviously crushed him. That last game against the Yankees, I feel like was kind of a little bit of wake-up call to the league. 6 innings, 4 hits, no runs. This is definitely a game where I want to be on the under pretty much everything with Skubal on the ball.
Yeah, no, I like the spot. It's hard to make arguments against him. And like you said, obviously coming against some of the toughest competition in the league, that's a good way to get slightly better numbers going forward for betting, right? Because it's harder to do what you're going to do against these guys, against the Dodgers and Yankees. It's just a fact. So whenever you come ready to fade, your Brew Crew, I'm always all ears. So definitely in like the spot, tailing it at -103. And like I said, I think you get slight plus money on the combo at MGM if you have it as well.
Yeah, dude. Do you want me to just go into my next one just because it's the same guy?
Sure.
Yeah, we'll just do that. I'm going to play also Skubal 8Ks at +130 tonight as well. I know the Brewers only have a 23% K rate against lefties. I'm just more worried about the 80 WRC plus and what we're going to be rolling out there as a starting lineup. Churio is waking up a little bit, but still a lot of swings and misses there. You look down the order, Rhys Hoskins really struggled against Reagans, really struggled against Rodon. And then you look down this list, like Garrett Mitchell, nope, not going to happen. Not lefty on lefty. Like a lot of these dudes at the bottom of this lineup are all going to be those left-handed guys, right? And you got Jake Bauers probably sitting today, so you get more Hoskins, a lot of swing and miss there. But Contreras, ton of swing and miss, right? A lot of these guys do swing and miss a ton. And also, you got to remember they already had a Coors game, so that's going to bring your strikeout rate down as well. Getting a game against Kyle Freeland is going to bring your strikeout rate down. So we saw him against Bubic give up like 9 Ks. He gave up 10 in 5 innings to Reagans. Like, that would be a perfect start for me. What Reagans did, 5 innings, 10 Ks, no earned, and it's just an absolute dice. Actually, I think he gave up 1 because Churio hit a nuke. But that's the thing is, how else do you get on? Skubal elite walk rate. Even though he screwed me on the one time I did bet that. I definitely like the spot for him to just absolutely dice. A 32% hard hit rate is pretty incredible, too. That's very, very low. Being this far into the season, MLB average around 40%. You guys could see everything tonight really is going to be riding on Skubal for me, at least for the free play stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm with it. I mean, when you look at I think the most important thing in betting a lot of sports is like grouping players and not comparing to like the average, but comparing to that like group, right? And like you said, obviously the K rate may not jump off the board against average guys, but when you look at the best of the best that they faced, it's all been impressive. So, I mean, yeah, I looked back, Bubic had 8, Rodon had 7, and then you said Reagans had that insane game as well. So the 3 guys that are kind of in that group that you compare him to have all crushed their numbers. And Skubal, a guy that going from the tougher matchups to this now, I'm with it. I don't see any reason why he wouldn't have a killer outing. So joining you on Skubal here, I like the look. And I like Miles' combo in the chat as well.
Dude, I looked at Skeens today. I did. I really did. I cannot bet against this national team against righties until I see them strike out. I need to see them strike out. I think they have like a 20% K rate against righties. Like, that's pretty incredible this long into the season. Like, it's 19.5. Like, 113 WRC plus was not. I did not expect them over average. Obviously, I know Skeens is significantly above average, but like I feel like I would rather, buy up Skeen or Scooball to one more and then buy Skeens down one more. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather get a little bit more safe on the minus 170 for Scooball in that spot and a little bit lower on Skeens because it kind of scares me. This Nationals team is pesky and they're not gonna just let you just blow it by them, right? They're just trying to slap the ball, and I fucking hate it. I hate that they do it like that. But I mean, they've been successful with it. Obviously, you guys know I'm a big fan of Nate Lowe in the middle of that lineup. So I don't know, dude. Are you gonna take Skeens today? Obviously, you're the Nationals fan. I obviously watch a lot of games, but the numbers are pretty impressive. I will give them that.
It wouldn't be for strikeouts, it would be
That's
like,
what I mean. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. It would be like, because I don't know. I do think he gets to like 6, but the point is that like you're parlaying like minus 400 just to get to like 6, minus 330. I don't know, something crazy like that. And yeah, like you said, the Nats are just, even if like an out is better than a strikeout for these guys, like they're fine with the little slap, third baseman ground out. Strikeout just unacceptable for whatever reason. It goes back to last season as well, when they were notably the team that you just didn't want to play case against. The thing Skeens has going, obviously, none of them have ever seen him before. So it's going to be a surprise. That kind of nasty stuff, is always a little bit scary first time around. But yeah, I mean, I'm curious what the lineup looks like. Even the bad players or like below average guys that no one knows on the Nats, besides like Paul DeYoung, they don't strike out. Like they're just like Alex Call is just slapping it around, like Jacob Young. Like these guys just don't strike out. So I agree. It's going to be hard to get to those super high numbers, but I'm very curious to watch. I'm curious how like obviously Dylan Cruz, who's missed, I believe, 2 games. If he's back in the lineup, that's one matchup I'm, really curious to see. And then I might play a little bit of DeYoung K's, like personal hitter strikeouts, because he does suck. I hate that guy.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing is like if I'm gonna bet down, like I have to feel pretty confident. And like, am I confident in Skeens having a good game? Yes, but like I personally, if I was playing that, I would probably take the Pirates first 5 plus half a run, and it's the damn near the same price, right? It's like minus 290 or 300, and like that to me is a little bit better because I think Skeens under earned runs is like minus 140 to the under too. So it's like they're making it really hard to play them. They know they probably lost a lot of money with people taking Paul Skeens, at least so far this year. And I think that would be a spot I would rather go to just because I do think that they have a hard time scoring. But also I can get away with a 3-2 Pirates winning the first 5. I can get away with a 2-2, when I'm playing plus half a run. So definitely a spot that I would go outside of trying to play Skeens. And again, he could go for 10K. His stuff's good enough for that. But I don't know, man. The Nationals have been just fucking pests, and they just if you're taking over strikeouts, they have lost you a lot of money.
100%. And yeah, and the last thing I'll say about that game too is like maybe like the first 3 under once again, like because Skeens probably goes off, and Lord he shut down the Dodgers in 3 innings, small sample, but that was fun to see. But like he's probably only going to go 3 or 4, and then you have the same problem of the Nats have the worst fucking bullpen in the league. So I would say if it's 0-0 and you get a somewhat bettable number after 3, I would bet Pittsburgh like crazy live in this game as well, just because it's literally who knows who's coming in after this guy. And the only thing we even know about Brad Lord is that he worked at Home Depot last summer. That's the only thing the Nationals media even says about the guy. So bit of a shit show game, but yeah, definitely trying to find ways to bet on Skeens. I don't see any outs props up yet for him either, but
yeah, I don't know if my Wi-Fi kind of going in and out or something. I don't know
a little bit.
What's happening here. I feel like I'm lagging a little on there, but yeah, I know, definitely agree. Can you hear me or no?
Yeah, it's a little laggy, but yeah.
Okay.
Now you're muted.
There we go. I have no idea what is going on StreamYard. What are we doing here, boys? What are we doing here? Let me just get over to you, Stu, and I'll let you talk about Bobby Witt to take us away with this.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, we got Bobby Witt, 1 run scored, minus 120. Best price is bet 365 right now. You got some minus 130s around DraftKings as well. Caesars. I was kind of surprised. I thought runs scored would be like minus 160. Like I thought it would be like a rough number. So getting it in the minus 120 in the playable range is something that I'm a fan of. I like the matchup here. We're going up against Carlos Carrasco. I mean, I'm like the guy just sticks around. Like he's a crafty veteran. He's been in the league for a while. But I mean, he's past his prime. You don't call him Cookie for nothing. There's a lot of very hittable balls going to be in play today. What I like to Bobby Witt, obviously like a master of hitting fastballs, different variations of fastball. I mean, he's been a master of hitting everything, to be clear. If you look up that Baseball Savant page, pretty awesome. I mean, the guy coming in with an MVP-esque season last year and then starting the season the same way is absolutely what you want to see here. When you look at the market and how they're pricing him, the guy's like minus 340 to get a hit. He's like minus 130, minus 140 to get 2 total bases. He's pretty much steamed in every market across the board. And for me, I think, and even to get a single, I saw the guy's like minus 160 to get a single. Like, I don't know who the fuck is even betting that. But like he's juiced across the board to just get on base. The guy's got a hit in like 13 of his last 15 coming in. The stolen base ability is there. When he gets on first, the guy's always going to be a threat to be on second immediately right there. And when we're going up against Carlos Carrasco, like I have a lot of confidence that they're going to get the job done. He's allowed 3 earned runs at least in every outing so far, touting that 7 plus ERA on the season. He's not pitching super deep, but he started back-to-back games, gone just about 4 innings in both of those games. I think we can probably expect 2 times through the order right here, 2 opportunities against Carrasco. Is something that I'm interested in here. And I think, honestly, Vinny P behind him isn't like on fire or anything like that, but I think there's enough like protection in this order to get him around. And I did toss a couple bucks on the home run just in case he does it himself. I know very limited. I don't really care about the pitcher versus batter history matchup, but he does have a homer against him. They've only faced 1 game before. He went 2 for 3 with a homer against Carrasco. So that was good to see. But yeah, like I said earlier, Carrasco is throwing the sinker and 4-seamer over 50% of the time on the season. When you look at Bobby Witt dating back to last year, he's hitting 300 with a 684 slugging against the 4-seamer. Against the sinker, he's hitting 384 with a 680 slugging as well. If you're throwing that over 50% of the time, I'm taking Bobby Witt like in most matchups, but this is just a great one for him. And I think normally, I like the hits, runs, RBIs. That's 2.5. Everything across the board is very juiced, and I just think run scored is a good way to attack Bobby Witt, and I think you're getting a good price tag for it. So we got it minus 120, lock it in, and I'm hoping for a homer. It's 420 on FanDuel. It would be nice if he could just drive himself in. That would be my favorite outcome tonight.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I have nothing against it. I watched what's his face? I watched Carrasco give up fucking 3 straight nukes in cold Detroit, and they were not cheapies, bro.
Yeah,
back-to-back bombs, and they were not cheap. So I'm definitely good with that while watching how bad that was there. So yeah, let's get a quick recap in here, Stu. And you got a long shot today for us?
I don't have a long shot today, unfortunately.
I actually do. For the first time, I think I actually have a long shot. Stu doesn't. This does not happen much. I'm really picky because I think I'm 2-0 on my fucking long shots on the show. Knock on wood. I do have a spot for you guys. I'll kick it to you, Stu, start us off for our recap.
Sounds good. We got Bobby Witt, run scored minus 120. Like I said, best price 365. You can get it minus 130 DraftKings. I'd play it until around minus 135. I think that's a good cutoff.
Beautiful. I'll be playing Scooball in 2 different ways today. I got Scooball under 1.5 earned runs with Sensatella no win at minus 103, and then also getting Scooball at 8 strikeouts plus 130. All right, so I feel like I don't understand this line, and I feel like other books don't understand it either, which is why this line is kind of crazy so far. This is on DraftKings only at this number, right? I'm looking at PCA stolen base yet again. I'm going back to it, dude. I really don't understand this line. When you look at Peter Crow Armstrong, dude, you guys know I tell you guys all the time I do not like the Cubs. I feel like that is pretty well known. if you've been watching the show here, that I do not like the Cubs at all. But I tell you guys, he's a guy I enjoy watching. He hit 2 nukes last night. I feel like he's kind of feeling himself a little bit here, right? So on the year, he is 5 for 5. In this month, I think he only had 1 stolen base attempt in the first month of the season, but we're starting to see him run a little bit. 5 for 5 over his last, I think it's 10 games. But I hate Dylan Cease, right? Dylan Cease has one of the highest leg kicks ever. Like, this dude loves giving you that high leg kick, and I think we saw PCA he should be getting a little bit more respect. He just hit 2 nukes last night, one of them off of Tyler Glasnow, one of the best pitchers in baseball. I just don't get it. FanDuel also doesn't get it either, which is why they're only giving me plus 240 on these. Like, this should be pushing Justin Verlander from a couple years ago territory, right? Where he gave you the high leg kick and just didn't care if he stole bases, right? This could be John Lester territory. Like, Dylan Cease doesn't give that many hits, right? He does have a little bit of walk issues, but he just doesn't have guys on that often. And when he does, he still, I feel like, just doesn't care that much. And PCA has obviously shown the ability in the minor leagues to be a huge stolen base threat. Obviously, his Fangraphs gave him like a 60 speed, which is phenomenal. And obviously, I have him in fantasy, and this dude has been swiping bases left and right. So I think this is a great spot for PCA. We saw him have 2, I believe, a couple games ago. I remember he had 2 stolen base outing there. And, yeah, I'm all in on this one. I like this spot. Plus 400 on DraftKings seems a little bit crazy.
Yeah, no, that's a nice price. I mean, anytime you get, I would say, FanDuel kind of on an island in the prop markets, FanDuel's normally right. I mean, they are the sharpest like prop book in most of these sports. So it's kind of been proven time after time. But if you see a lot of books in one place, and then you see FanDuel kind of off by themselves, they're normally right. So that's always a good sign to have in your corner here. And obviously you've talked about PCA a couple times, but I like the analysis with the high leg kick right there. And yeah, averaging 2 walks a game for C so far in the year doesn't hurt as well. If you don't get the hit, you can obviously get walked on there, which is always live. So definitely joining you at 400 right here. I like the price. Yeah.
I mean, our guy right here, Thomas, obviously I have no issues with that. Dude's quick. And definitely will give you the opportunity to get there. I don't know if I ever found have you ever seen that to lead league in triples? I don't think maybe I just haven't dug that deep into it, but I have not seen the lead the league in triples market often yet. So plus 425 on 365. Appreciate it, Miles, for dropping that in here. You guys know MGM, Caesars, and 365 I do not have available to use at all. So as long as you guys got those options, make sure you play it. Let's take a look at the chat just because I know we don't have anything else for today. Thomas talking after your bet, talking about Dodgers first to score at minus 155. Is that a spot you might be looking at, Stu, as you are a guy who is now you're down that road now. You are in there now. You are giving that option now. People will now bring in no runs first inning to you now. So what do you think?
Well, I mean, now that I'm an industry expert, you could say, with my 100% win rate, obviously never lost a bet before. I mean, that's a new level of credibility. I'm just opening up ESPN to make sure this is true. The Rockies didn't score a run last series. They didn't score a run in 3 straight games. So how the fuck are they going to score first against the Dodgers today? I don't know. So yes, I do like this prop because, I mean, someone tell me. Obviously, it's baseball. It's a high variance sport. I don't tend to believe in narratives, but generally teams that get shut out, I don't love fading them again because you normally do get that kind of. It's just I don't know. I don't know if you play.
They try a little harder. They try.
Yeah, it's just like you respond to adversity. If you're at least a high level athlete, you should. The problem is the Rockies just might be that bad, right? That could just be what it is. There could be no bounce back when your potential is like half what everyone else's potential. So, the short answer, yeah, I like it. I probably got to find a parlay piece, something like that. Minus 155 gets a little aggressive, but it's going to be hard for me to see the Rockies scoring first, especially when you take out the fluke homer chances because they're not in cores. They're not even in their home field where they got a better chance. So, yeah, I like the Dodgers here. That's a good look.
I believe so. We should be talking NBA. I might pop in and give you something, but obviously I know Stu will definitely want to talk some NBA. I don't know if it'll be like a playoff show specific I mean, I'll definitely talk NBA with you. I don't know if I'll be making any bets if I'm going to be that deep in the weeds there for those. But yeah, we'll definitely talk some NBA once the playoffs come. I just could not fathom betting on all the guys that you like to bet on in these scrubs. Like, I can't. That's the one spot. Like, like those last 2-3 weeks is just like, fuck. With how bad some of these teams are and how good some of them are, they already locked up their seeds like 2 weeks ago, bro. Like, I don't need to watch that shit, bro. I don't need to watch them. I just watch college basketball. I'm pretty much watching college basketball games.
Yeah. No, I feel you. And like I said, for me, I was with you like for a long time. It was just like, honestly, this year it was like, I want to make more money doing this shit. Like I want to make as much money possible. And I realized in the NBA, a blowout is actually good because I can set the lines better in a blowout than the books can live, stuff like that. Like all the ugly shit I've really just kind of embraced because I think it's probably the best avenue to making easy money essentially, which is my goal. But like you said, from a pure like value standpoint or a product standpoint, it's god awful. Like it's like if I'm trying to get my friends into it or something, it's like a non-starter because the second after it's bullshit. Try to get your friends to go to a game. Is Kawhi gonna play? Probably not. Yeah, like it's like, okay, well, it's brutal. So as someone that loves basketball and wants it to succeed, it's unfortunate. But as like a sports bettor, you got to do what you got to do. You got to get in those ugly games, and for me, that's what I love. It helps me make some money. So I see where you're coming from, though. It's insane, and hopefully we finally get some good basketball now that we're playoffs. Even that Clippers Warriors game yesterday, I was going back and forth between the Masters trying to keep up. That was pretty awesome going into overtime and seeing Pete Kawhi again. I'm going to be talking a lot about Kawhi Leonard. If there's any Kawhi over series props, anything like that, I'll be betting it. Like super pumped. So a lot of good stuff to come.
Yeah, he's looked really good in these games. And dude's been playing 35, 38 minutes in some of these games that actually matter, which is obviously important. He ain't going to play in those games that like, oh, we just kind of need it. But playoffs, got to get the job done. That just makes this Clipper team so much better, man. They're so much better. And, I mean, you can only have James Harden be your best player for so long before they kind of fall a little bit. So, anything else from you, Stu, as we close up shop?
No, yeah. Make sure you drop any questions you have in the comments below. We'll make sure to get to them before game time. We got actually no day games today, which is nice. A little bit of a break for me, at least. Don't have to start as early. So yeah, make sure you leave a like, a comment, all that stuff, and join us. We'll be here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, trying to make some money.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are back Wednesday. That one, make sure you're following over on Twitter. To make sure, when we go live, just because Wednesdays are notorious 11 a.m.s, noon starts. So just make sure you guys are following over there, and we'll try our best to get you the info early and often. And then appreciate all you guys for popping in. We had a lot of you guys popping in today, and we appreciate it. If you guys could hit that like button, that is much appreciated. We got our boy Cashville telling us hit the like, dude. We appreciate you dropping those in the chat here. Clippers open plus 160 to win the series too. Any thoughts from our guy Thomas before we get out of here on that number?
It's tempting, man. I kind of like a lot of these dogs just looking across the board. So yeah, I mean, we'll expand more, but I like it. It's hard to go against Denver because man, they're Denver, they're Jokic. That first game I think is going to tell us so much. But yeah, if I had to bet right now, gun to my head, I'll take the Clippers. And I said in my Discord, playoff time, KD's out, not here. If you need one guy to get you a bucket in the playoffs, game ending one-on-one, I think Luka Doncic is probably deserved number one. I think Kawhi Leonard is number two for me. The way he's playing his mid-range game, I've been a Kawhi Leonard fan for a long time, so it's really good to see him back at the top of his game. I think my argument used to be outside of like Giannis, he's the best two-way player in basketball. I still do believe that when he's healthy, and I think he's going to show it in the playoffs. That's when he really pops off. That mid-range game is just beautiful. We talk about only threes these days. Watching that guy get to his shot so consistently, pull up, shoot, it's awesome. It's why I love KD so much, why I like Kawhi a lot as well. And yeah, I got a lot of faith in the Clippers. Norm playing well these days. Harden looks to be kind of got his stride as a vet, not have to be the number one guy anymore. Like, I think they could be a tough out for anybody. And I hope they play the Rockets. That's the series I want to see. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, you don't have to sell me on Norm Powell. I love Norm Powell, bro. I love that dude's game, bro. Like, I just feel like he's so under the radar. Dude's a third option on this team, but dude's dropping 20 plus a night, dude. Like it's casual. It's like you don't even realize he's dropping that. Like, it's just like, oh, look at the box score, 24 points, like 12 shots. Fuck yeah, that was pretty nice. But yeah, definitely. It's fun because like you look at these dudes like, and honestly, I might just say Kawhi 1 just because Kawhi actually gets the 2-point jump shot. Like you can't really get to the rim in those situations. You know, when the ball comes, you got to make something happen. Like, I don't want a guy pulling from 35 to hit a game winner, bro. There's maybe Curry and Dame, the only dudes that are hitting those consistently. That and like no one shoots the mid range anymore. Like no one does. So it's like that's where you need to get because it's just one-on-one. There's no help coming. You know that's why that's such a big shot, and that's why like even DeRozan, like those dudes are just so good in those late game spots because you can't double. You can't double them. You're on an island, and you can't go to the. They're not trying to go to the paint anyway. You know, so it's like it's one-on-one. You're on an island, and not a guy would want to be on that island with a Kawhi, bro. That'd be tough. So, oh man, I'm gonna suck me back in the NBA, but I'm good with just sitting in baseball for a little while. God damn, I do not. Yeah, I'm good with that. So, appreciate you guys for tuning in today. We will see you guys on Wednesday, possibly a little bit earlier with that slate. But make sure you're following over on Twitter. We'll get that out to you guys soon. Have a good one, and best of luck tonight, guys.